it going? This is Nanice, and this is your astrology reading for the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is happening on Saturday, December the 4th at 9:43 a.m. Cairo, Egypt time. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you have not yet already, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button. Please share this video with your friends, and please write a comment. Please let me know where you're watching this from or what's going on in your life right now that you can share with us. All these actions help to support to grow my channel. So thank you so much for your help. I'm going to start off with the collective reading, the collective energies, and then I'm going to go through each zodiac sign. So please choose, first choice is your rising sign, and second choice is if you're born during the day, it's your sun sign. And if you're born during night, choose your moon sign. And if you don't know what time of the day you were born, what time you were born, just go with your sun sign. So a solar eclipse is a time of faded new beginnings. There is a door that's opening in the Sagittarius part of the sky. And Sagittarius is Jupiter ruled sign. It is optimistic, it's hopeful. It's the time of the year when there's lights that light up all around the trees and on the buildings, and people start gathering together and getting together to celebrate the end of the year, Christmas, like Christmas parties, all these end of year parties. All these things start to happen around this time of the year. So it's a sign of optimism amidst the darkness. The days are getting shorter, and we need to keep the light shining indoors within us, and to decorate things with light to give us hope. So there is a new beginning, and this eclipse is going to bring a blessed new beginning to those who are spiritually inclined. This is because it's a South Node eclipse. So the South Node often points to things that are otherworldly, and the emphasis shifts from material acquisitions and to satisfying our senses to the invisible realm. So if you have your focus more towards spirituality, there can be really great new beginnings happening around this time for you. Faith will be fortified, and it is a time to bring enduring structures based on hope and our dreams. Eclipses are traditionally not celebrated. It is a time, and it was feared by the ancient. It's a time when the lights are occulted, the lights are getting covered. So it's a time to be humble. It's a time to pray, and it's a time to fast. It's not a time to do any rituals or any manifesting sort of ritual things. Like, don't do any of that. It's a time to surrender yourself to divine will, because this is a faded, eclipses mark a faded time. So to surrender yourself to divine will, to fate, and to surrender yourself to God. So Sagittarius is a centaur. It's half man, half horse. So there's a real like animal side to this zodiac. And it can be cocky, rowdy, rebellious, warmongering, but it can quickly turn charming, hopeful, and aspirational. So it is an inspirational sign that is symbolic of expanding our horizons, of philosophy, of foreign things, foreign travels, foreign people. So there's going to be a new beginning related to these things. And Sagittarius carries with it both despair and optimism. So maybe there's going to be a new start, like amidst this maybe a little bit depressing, we've had some depressing news recently with this new, with this health crisis. So, maybe amidst this kind of, bummer type news, we find some joy. And if we're spiritually inclined, maybe it's going to be a really great new start for us. So I'm going to go through each zodiac sign right now. I'm going to begin with Aries. So for Aries, this eclipse is happening in the 9th house of God, higher education, spirituality, mysticism, astrology, law, politics, religion, long distance trips, foreign countries, foreign people, and foreign things. So with the South Node here and with it being a new beginning, I really feel this is going to be a great new spiritual start, a new beginning happening with these topics. For Taurus, this is happening in your 8th house of obligations, joint assets, taxes, loans, debts, inheritance, karmic debts, a sense of owing something to someone or someone owing something to you, death and transformation. So there's going to be a faded new beginning having to do with those topics. For Gemini, this is happening in your 7th house of partnerships, spouse, one-on-one relationships, romantic relationships, business partnerships, and clients. So there's going to be a faded new beginning, a door opening having to do with those topics. For Cancer, this is happening in your 6th house of service, daily routines, sickness, hard work, labor, workers, employees, and pets. So there's going to be a faded new beginning, a new door opening having to do with those topics. For Leo, this is happening in your 5th house of children, pregnancy, creativity, arts, recreation, hobbies, and things that you find pleasing in general. So there's going to be a new beginning, a faded new start having to do with these topics. If you're female and you're of child rearing age, you could get pregnant around this time for like the next 3 to 6 months. So if that's something you want, that's great. If that's not something you want, maybe you should watch out for that, because these things could suddenly take place. For Virgo, this is happening in your 4th house of foundations, home, family, father, ancestry, land, property, secrets, mysteries, the grave, and places and things underneath the earth. So you could be feeling this eclipse quite strongly. There's going to be a faded new beginning having to do with these topics that I just listed. For Libra, this is happening in your 3rd house of siblings, extended family, neighbors, neighborhoods, folk culture, reading, writing, journalistic activities, teaching, basic education, communicating, and the life of the mind, the everyday commute, and short distance trips. So there's going to be a new beginning having to do with those topics, and it's going to feel faded. For Scorpio, this is happening in your 2nd house of personal possessions, personal resources, and assets, including your skill set and your time. So there's going to be a new door opening, a new start having to do with possibly financial opportunities or new ways that you give your time or how you spend your time. And it's going to feel very faded. For Sagittarius, this is happening in a very personal part of the sky for you. It's happening in the 1st house of body, appearance, health, vitality, character, your psychology, and your spirit. So this is a very important eclipse for you. You've had eclipses happening for about 18 months between your 1st and 7th houses. And this is the last. So this is going to conclude these series of eclipses. So maybe if you've had some changes in your health and changes in your relationships in your life, this is going to be like the final change that's going to take place. And you're going to feel it quite strongly. It's going to be a faded new door opening having to do with those topics that I just listed. For Capricorn, this is happening in your 12th house of hidden enemies, secrets, self-sabotage, addictions, hospitals, retreats, monasteries, prisons, isolation, and ego loss. So this is happening in a little bit of a tricky part of the sky for you. 12th house eclipses can be challenging, but if you're spiritually inclined, it can be a very enriching experience. So there's going to be a new beginning, a door opening having to do with those topics. For Aquarius, this is happening in your 11th house of friends, social groups, allies, benefactors, and wishes and hopes and dreams for the future. So with the South Node eclipse happening in this part of the sky for you, maybe there's going to be a new beginning having to do with a spiritual group or some friends who are spiritually inclined. There could be some great new beginnings having to do with those topics. For Pisces, this is happening in your 10th house of career, public reputation, honors, privileges, advancements, and how you spend your days, what you are known for in public. So if you don't have a career, if you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, or if you're a caretaker, there's going to be a new beginning having to do with those topics. And you're going to feel this eclipse strongly because it's happening in your 10th house, which is an angular house. And anything that happens in an angular house tends to get magnified. So there's going to be a strong, faded new start having to do with those topics that I just listed. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, please email me. If you find value in these videos, please consider donating to my channel via PayPal. And please share this video. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for taking those actions. Have a very blessed new moon in Sagittarius. I'll be speaking to you soon. Bye.